Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some Orzhov Beseech, the main focus of the deck, along with Sarah's Paragon and Braids. But basically what we're wanting to do is use Sarah Paragon and Braids to generate as much value with Hopeful Nightmare, Hopeful Vigil, and Wedding Announcement, along with some other value pieces later down the line like Edgar or Shieldred. Other than that, we're just going to get into the games because there's a lot to talk about. All right, to go first, we get to lead off with Hopeless Nightmare. Hold up, cut down next turn. Have Wedding Announcement followed by Sarah's Paragon, hopefully. But we'll see. Yeah, they got the event sleeves. Nice. The only reason I didn't take these is just strictly because everybody now has them. And the part of having like different sleeves is you have your own, you know? At least in my mind. We do we hold up cut down, or do we just be more mana efficient, play this, make a 2/2, they can kind of block? We go ahead and play it now. If they play like a Swiss Spear, we can throw this in front of it. It loses to Swiss Spear plus Monstrous Rage, but so be it. Also has Vigilance, so we can actually attack with it. Are you Monstrous Raging that? That hesitation tells us they have Lightning Strikes, things of that nature, so I have to be careful here. Go to combat. Attack. It hits. Make their spells awkward here. Cast Braids. Doesn't gain life, right? It's just a 2/2. Take out our 2/2. So they don't want me to sack a creature, but that's not what I was sacking anyway. Drilling this, we hit another braid, so if they lightning strike our current braids, they get it. Can I stop seeing braids when I flip out braids? That's 3 braids within 4 cards. If I wasn't recording a couple of matches, so I don't know if it'll even be seen, which I'm blocking this, of course. It won't be seen, but I had a braids and a braids under a leyline binding, and I got it back because I needed to sack something. And then my scry was 2 more braids on top of my library, and I was like, I've never felt more stupid in my life. Let us... I guess we just play braids and scry again, right? We're at 17. We're pretty healthy. I'll make the trade again with the Godric. Take land, I guess, just because we need lands. For Sarah's Paragon to cycle back these Hopeless Nightmares. Thunderboy. I assume this has to go on itself, right? Let us... what do we want to do? I don't really want to block, so I'll just take the damage. Let us play creature. Let us play Nightmare. I said creature land is the term I meant to use. Get rid of a Monstrous Rage. Okay. Okay. We'll do. No attacks. Raids might have to jump in front now. Alright. These 2 cards are actually really good back to back, because now we'll get untap land, play Geek's Command, give our Braids lifelink, but then get to play Beseech the Mirror after to sack a thing if needed, maybe even a Braids to go grab a Shieldred and close out the game, hopefully. I assume Thunderboy will attack. Mono, sure. Not a card I'm overly concerned with. Unless this is a Godric, then I'm incredibly concerned with. This is another Monstrous Rage. Even so, I think we'll be fine. Pop it. It's not. Okay, very nice. Again, let this 4 hit. Their last card's nothing but air. I think it might be playing Gonjo. Play Geek's Command. We make them sack top creature. 2 counters lifelink. It's just snap resolve. We'll take it. We'll attack for 5. Set them down to 3. We'll gain that life. But I like to sack a permanent. No. Well, actually, if they don't, they lose. Well, I think they're going to sack and land. So I'm not going to do that. If they sacrifice, for each opponent who doesn't, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card. Yeah, they would just sacrifice a land and not care. So I'm not going to do that. 2-3 coming in. Is that your draw? We now then get to play Sarah's Paragon. Play back the hopeful, or not the hopeful. Play back, oh, the hopeless Nightmare. Then sack it to our Braids. And then they'll have to sack their Kamano. So we have 1 black mana open. We play Sarah's Paragon, like we said. We play Hopeless Nightmare. They'll lose 2 life here. They're forced to block anyway. We'll attack for 5. They block. We sack this. Then they're forced to sack their Kamano. They're left with a Swift Spear. Top deck mode. I have a 3-4 held back, and I'm also at 10 life. So, go out. I get to go first. Lead off. Nightmare, which is nice. Or I can hold up a cut down. We're unsure what we're playing against. I kind of like leading off on Nightmare first. Because if it's a slower deck, we'll be happy we let off with this because we can sack it later. Cut down's a little less important, especially if our opponent plays like a Kamano or something. Or it looks like Esper. Could just be blue-black. We take more cards out of their hand, make them struggle a little bit early. I guess it's our only play. We'll do it. You can play that and sack it and blow these up. I'll strive for free. Nice draw from us. Now I can sack one of these on instep. They miss a land? Oh, here we go. Although, we do suffer in this spot a little bit. Need land. Hopeful Vigil is fine too with Sarah's Paragon. The only problem is Sarah's Paragon will probably die. Therefore, we're going to lead off with a Shieldred instead. I think I'll let that go, though. We should have enough value with Hopeless Nightmare that we want to just run land here. We'll play this. We'll play Shieldred. Most likely is getting hit with Make the Spear, go for the throw, a lot of different options, maybe even Shieldred's Edict. And then our goal is hopefully we hit a land. Okay, maybe not. But hopefully we hit a land. We could play Sarah's Paragon and then play the Nightmare from the graveyard. Wedding announcement from our opponent. Sure, they attack. Assuming we're just not going to remove their creature, I guess. Is a little subpar. Maybe they're trying to get back into the game. But we'll remove this. I know I could remove the Mastermind, but I think just putting their life total as low as I possibly can is probably better. Stress them, make them force into some bad decisions. On to 8 already. Real quick turnaround. And they didn't have removal for Shieldred initially, so I think that means my Sarah's Paragon will be fine. Which is the goal, hopefully. That gets popped, that goes. We play land. I'll play the Paragon now. We'll lead off with another Hopeless Nightmare. We know they don't have lands in hand. I think I'll attack. I think I'll stay and maintain aggressive play. Although maybe I'm not supposed to because Liliana can get around it, but we still make a 1/1. Yeah, I'm not sure because Edict still deals with the Paragon. It doesn't matter. All right, opponent. I would like to cast. All right, it's on the card. So what if I sacrifice this and let's see what's coming up? I'm assuming they're holding a counter spell or have another creature to flash in. So we lead off with another Hopeless Nightmare. It comes in, there's no hesitation. At least, oh, they have a Shieldred. So no hesitation. Could be another Mastermind, but I think attacking is so important. If they have a play, they did a really good job at skipping through. My winning, son? I hope so. I'm trying my best. I am trying my best. They get 2 Paragons in total. So not the worst thing ever done. They can't really attack me because I have 2 2/2s. Do attack me? Okay. I say, you know I have 2 spot removal cards. Fine land. Could crew this up and drain for 2. They would have to have a threat, I guess. Declaring this as an attacker is just good enough. Be able to go for the throat something instead. Combat? Stack. Have a trigger on the stack. They have to be able to remove 2 creatures. Block. Yeah. Alright. Sweet. So let's go back down here if I can real quick. Got to provide the info that, you know, boy Rehab wants. Ah, no! Hit view browser, please! Never mind. You'll find out later, I guess. My black source enters tapped. I have a Beseech in my hand. I have a Shieldred. But I think the hand overall is too good to throw back. This is so good. This is like really good. This is a late game play really anyway, so it'll be fine, hopefully. Also, if I flood, not that big of a deal. We're against Grixis. Old Mixis Grixis. Let's play Nightmare, see if they discard anything. Blood type Harvester outside of damage won't be too relevant, I don't think. And we'll play this and go get a Swamp. Play towards Beseech the Mirror if needed. I just don't know if it will be. Maybe the argument is to protect their life total, but I think with the potential Sarah's Paragon action that we get to do with Beseech and this Hopeless Nightmare, I want to continue that game plan. Plus, they have to deal with a wedding announcement next turn. Maybe deal with a wedding announcement. Or braids. They most likely kill braids, right? So let's just slam the wedding announcement if it sticks. It might get hit with the make disappear as well. We can chump block this blood type harvester for a while. Or if they want to try to get value out of their cut downs, they will then. And then our creatures later might be fine. You know, I don't think we play a whole lot of creatures that cut down even hits. We play any? I don't think so. Wedding announcement on the stack though. Opponent in the tank. Here's the make disappear. I think the hesitation on that should be a sign of like of good fortune because I think the reason they're tanking so long, maybe they're just roping me, I don't know. Okay. You don't draw a land and you didn't sack the blood token, I don't feel bad for you. Okay. Did draw a land. Sweet. Means it's not completely over. Got me for 3 more. Play Corpse Appraiser. There's no creature in any yard. Very nice. Okay. I play Shieldred, because Shieldred's the best card. Make their draws awkward. They go for the throat Shieldred. I then play Beseech, sack Hopeless Nightmare, get Sarah's Paragon, play back the Hopeless Nightmare, take the last card in their hand. Seems reasonable. Let's see how much of this I can predict. Go for the throat? Oh, no. They took a draw. Maybe they don't have go for the throat. They have something holding. Probably his blood token. Attack with Corpse Appraiser. I block. They sack blood type harvester. Kill the Shieldred. Either way, it takes care of their whole board. That's your point. Doing this first and then cut downing it is also a fine play. I mean, either way, I want their creatures out of play. I don't really care. Virtual Persistence. That's a good one. Please, last card not be make disappear. I don't think it is. Could be though. Darn well might be. If that's the case, I'm gonna throw braids on the stack instead. I need this Beseech to resolve. You're here? You have to make this appear or not. I think I might sack a plains here. But again, I want to be able to beseech this. So I'm going to sack a plains here. And I don't have the man land. And outside of 4 mana, I don't really need a whole lot. Well, now I have the man land, so I don't really want to do that anymore. But let's see. I think our opponent's intentionally trying to stall at this point. They're just like letting priority hold at every chance. Order's good. You know, I can always beseech later. Take us out now. Call it a good day. Rite of Oblivion's also a sick card. I'm just gonna start bonking. It's just a bonk session. Decline. You know why we're declining. Playing it back is so good. You play another Shieldred? You can if you'd like. Won't blame you. Trying to grab 2 back, make me sack my 3. That's fine. Yes. Not too upset about it. Beast with bargain. Pop this. I guess that scries first. That's doesn't matter. I'm gonna go look. We'll grab Sarah's Paragon, like we said. We'll cast it. The other last card in hand is a good card. We could play more lands, but I'm gonna play the Nightmare instead. On 1 spell at a time now. You know this isn't a land. Okay. They just play Shieldred here. We're incredibly pumped. Comparatively. Play back the Wedding Announcement, and then Rite of Oblivion with the Hopeless Nightmare. Scry 2 more. Is that the graveyard? I guess it won't hit the graveyard. It'll go to exile. Let's have Harvester first to deal with Paragon. Hoping I don't remove it, I guess. Play land. Like that. The whole point of bringing it back. Oh, wait. How's that get around that? Hello? Am I tripping? I might need to read that real quick. Hold on. Oh, it's not going to be on the card anymore. But if you do, when this permanent is put in the graveyard from the battlefield, exile it. Gain 2. Somebody in the comments let me know if that's right, or if there's some reason that I was allowed to scry. All right, team, we're going to talk about what I consider probably one of the better Beseech decks there can be. I called it the best Beseech deck, but I did that before I played it, so, you know, take it as you will. But basically, we have a lot of synergies, and that's what I really enjoy about it. I think that's one of the best values you can get out of Beseech, and Beseech and Sarah's Paragon are probably one of the better 1-2 punches that you can develop in this deck, because, as you saw, we can play Hopeless Nightmare, play anything in between here, and then cast a Beseech on the Hopeless Nightmare, get Sarah's Paragon back. I really like to do that when I have 5 mana, just to make sure that this doesn't get removed. But if we've worked their hand down, or we know it's like soldiers or mono red, we can go ahead and go for it because it costs them so much to remove this anyway. We might get more value out of just doing that anyway. So we get to do that, or we can bring back the Hopeful Vigil and use Rite of Oblivion to sack these, which apparently may let them stay in the graveyard after they get sacked with Sarah's Paragon. I don't know. It's very weird how that works. But then in the middle game, what we definitely benefit from is playing things like Wedding Announcement that can produce more tokens for the Beseech. or just be aggressive against the control decks or spot removal decks like the mono black decks or the Orzhov decks against me, along with Braids. Braids is being a very good value card that I really enjoy playing in this style of deck. It's very overwhelming at first, especially whenever your opponent's on the play. They play it on 3. They sack the Nightmare. You're giving them a card draw. So this basically made you discard a card. You lost 2. Braids then gets to sack this, make you lose 2 more, and then I will draw a card. So the overall cycle with these two are very, very nice in what they get to do, along with like the Hopeful Vigil. Then you also get to scry 2. There's a lot of synergy. This is why the intro is so short, because there's so much to talk about with this deck. You almost have to just try it out and wheel and deal with yourself. We never had a point where Egger was great. In my opinion, I know why it's here and like why we're playing it. It's just like against the domain decks, they play Sunfall. This ain't dying if a Sunfall goes on the stack. This thing just dead. Like it's gone. Homie's in exile living with Avacyn. So other than that, deck's really sweet. I like this. It's definitely an Orzhov deck I'll probably be playing off camera and stuff like that. Well, it's pretty expensive to craft in terms of like commons, uncommons. You could go without playing this guy, I guess. But rares, mythic, rare, mythic. And the land base has 4 more rares, rare, which you probably have one of each of these unless you're literally a new account. But it is a pretty expensive thing to build and test out, so I plan on playing it more. Maybe watch out for that video. Outside of that, I'm just going to let y'all go. I'll see y'all later and get out of here. Goodbye.